Hey, welcome back everybody to the JR Wisdom channel. Right now I'm going to be discussing I guess what's deemed or what's considered a controversial topic, so to speak, and it's a controversial topic based upon a controversial short film. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it's called The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. It's a short film. It's on YouTube. I believe it was uploaded just for YouTube. And it's basically touching on the subject of molestation and incest in the black community is basically what it's about. And, things of taboo nature like that. So these are obviously two taboo topics, like I said. And people have their own opinions. Obviously it's stirring up a lot of stuff. People are saying that a demon wrote it. Things like that. But I guess it's one of those topics that is based on reality of things that actually happen in all communities, but in this specific, more so in the black community, because this is especially taboo in the black community. So issues like this, we're seeing a lot more. So it's becoming a lot more common in mainstream media, and one of the main people who is spearheading it and bringing it to light is Lee Daniels. As a lot of y'all probably know, he directed Precious. Believe he's directing Star with Tyrese in it. I think they covering some stuff about transgender. Tyrese just did an interview about that, doing a transgender scene of a child that supposed to be coming out and they're trying to pray this out or whatever with the church. Tyrese being a pastor, I believe, on there. And also Empire, they're touching on, some, LBGT or LGBT, however you say it, issues as well. Now, I'm all for art imitating life. I think that we should talk about topics that make people uncomfortable. People, stuff that's thought provoking, stuff that makes you think. I'm all about stuff making people uncomfortable as far as topics. Hey, as far as movies go, I like the bad guy when he wins at the end of the movie. Not everything doesn't have a happy ending, so to speak, even though we would like, but most of the movies we see, everything has a happy ending and the good guy wins. But that's not the way life is. So, I don't have an issue with people's sexual preference and what you do in your bedroom. That has nothing to do with me at the end of the day. I really don't care how you get down and what you do as far as that goes. Now whether something is natural, I have my own opinion on that, whether something is natural or not. And when it comes to children, that's a different story too. Which children, whenever you come to molesting children or something like that, that's definitely a no-go. That's something that shouldn't be tolerated. But in the description of this movie, they say that the child is molesting the adult, which isn't possible. I don't see how a child can molest it. But as you go on, as you see the film, you'll see, I guess, as this child becomes an adult, how they try to say that the child molests the adult. But anyway, without further ado, back to what I was saying. This movie is about a black family. It's about a husband whose name is Sidney, a wife whose name is Joan or Joan, and a son whose name is Isaiah, the son. And like I said, it basically talks about this: a middle class family, middle to upper class family, well-to-do family, upstanding family, and the movie starts out with adolescent boy masturbating in bed. At the end of the day, he's masturbating, and his father, Sidney, walks in on him. Isaiah is the boy. His father, Sidney, walks in on him. Excuse me. And when he walks in on him in his house, he doesn't knock, obviously. Even though it's his house, he doesn't knock. And he catches his son doing this. So he comes back, talks to his son, explains to his son that it's natural to do this. It's natural to masturbate, blah, blah, blah. And his son is questioning him back and forth or whatever. So he talks to him and say, he doesn't need to feel any way he should be comfortable with talking to him. That's his I'm your father. You should feel comfortable talking to me. So as he finishes up the talk or whatever, and it's kind of real. It's really weird as you watch it. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you the whole movie. I'm gonna just hit the points on this. When he walks off and he's done, the boy has this picture in his hand. He has a picture of his father. So he's masturbating to a picture of his father, which is really, really weird. So like I said, you have to see it for yourself. But once again, you have this going on. So as this child grows up, he grows into a man. And it's revealed that basically him and his father have this sexual relationship all from the time he's an adolescent all the way up to the point where he gets married. So he gets married to a woman, and this is like one of the saddest days for his father, not because his son is getting, not sadness as far as his son is moving on with his life or whatever, but the fact that the father is losing his lover, so to speak, who's his son, which is completely sick, in my opinion. This stuff that's going on, and it's the shock value of this movie that you're seeing in this. So the father, he's real sad. He's losing his son as his lover, and in the movie you'll see that the mother suspects something going on, or she suspected early on in the life of the boy that something was going on, but she never interceded. She never followed up on it or did her own investigation, or delved into it. She just brushed it off as a mother or whatever. So this was going up under her nose, or maybe she might have known, that this was going on, but she just decided to overlook it. We see other movies like that. I think Tyler Perry movies have touched on it, where the mother knows about it, allows the daughter to be raped, or things of that nature. So she never bothered to question, even though she thought this, she never bothered to question her son or her husband about this. So that's my issue with this, and one of the big issues is that she just didn't question anything, and she enabled it, I guess, in a way. She didn't try to go into it, and a lot of times the child might not feel comfortable, and if the child truly was molesting the father, so to speak, as he got older, it's not possible because the father allowed this to happen. Many things you hear about this goes on in church, where the parent might enable it for the pastor or whoever or someone in the church to rape the child, so to speak. And this goes back to a video I've done on the Eddie Long scandal, where something like this was going on, and the parents might have known about it, or the child probably told something else. But for a child, basically to run a household, and for a father to commit this heinous act and basically allow this to go on is obviously not good parenting. And by the time Sidney was an adult, this kid was a child. He should have conducted himself as a father. And if the son came on to him at a young age, he should have basically straightened that out as a father and put his son on the right path, as far as, but he gave in to these freak desires that he had, these incestual desires that he had towards his own son. But right now, these days, with all this media, we live in a different time where these lines are becoming blurred on what is right and what is natural. So those are two different concepts of what is right and what is natural. Like, people would argue to say whether being gay is natural or not, as opposed to it being right. Like I said, I don't really care what you do in your bedroom, as far as it being right or not, but is it natural? It's not natural, obviously, because of the reproduction process. It's not natural. So people will debate based off that, and I think it's going to get to a point where people will debate this same love concept, as far as, well, why can't I sleep with my father? Why can't I sleep with my brother? Why can't I sleep with my sister? Why can't I sleep with my mother? Gays have rights, So why can't we have our rights to do this? Even though I would think that the people who are gay would say that this isn't natural. An ancestral relationship isn't natural, or would argue to say it's not right. So I'm questioning the duplicity in this matter as far as you saying what's right and what's natural. If it gets to the point where you can say that you have rights for this, you open up that can to say incest should be right as well. We should have our own rights as far as incest goes. So, this goes on too often. You're a parent. You're responsible for molding your children. You're responsible for guiding your children. And you must make it comfortable that where you're able to talk to your children and question your children as far as if they're, make it comfortable for your child to know that they can talk to you if someone is molesting them or mistreating them. These things can go on for years. Someone close to me was molested, and she never told anyone until she got in her 20s. These things can basically mentally damage someone for life, and them holding it in, being that they don't feel comfortable that they can tell anyone. So in this movie, you'll see that this man, Sidney, claims to be or takes on the victim role, and that is his son who is keeping this relationship going, this sexual relationship, basically ruining his life, so to speak, when he was the adult and he was in charge. He was responsible for molding his son. Sidney even resorts to writing a book about this lifestyle with his son. What went on. So what I want to convey is that we need to protect our children. We need to protect them from molestation. Incest should be stopped, and open up that line of communication with your children. I don't want to talk too much longer on that. Make sure y'all check out that video. The link is in the description. Let me know y'all thoughts on it. Please comment on it. I want to hear your comments. Like, share, and subscribe. like and share this video. Subscribe. Hit that bell to get all notifications on my videos. And follow me on social media. The link is in the description. Check out my books on Amazon. If you like my content on any of my other videos, check out my other videos, and throw a couple coins in the well of wisdom. I got my PayPal link in the description as well. All that's in the description. And remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. I'll catch y'all in the next video. All right, peace.